Yes. Welcome to the academic year 2021 event semester. In our department, we have a usual practice to go with the teaching learning process with this type of like YouTube recording videos. In connection to this, so the student can get a better understanding and learning during this pandemic activity or during this pandemic situation. So this is the teaching learning process we have in our department to meet this teaching learning process for the better understanding. So with this, let us get into the course. So myself, Dr. Yashwant, working as an associate professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Maharaja Technology, Mysore. This time I am teaching a course, Alternative Building Materials. I have been teaching this course from past 10 years. This is the 11th time I am teaching this course. Okay, so this Alternative Building Material will be having a course called 18CV643. This is the course code. And this is a professional team in the Department of Civil Engineering. So now, let me go ahead with this terminology in the course. So now, let me go understand the words one by one. So now, let me go with these building materials. Okay? I can say, let me start the course overview. So before getting to the course, let me go with the course overview. Okay? Course overview. So now, building materials. So as the name itself implies, the material used for the construction of building. But what's the name implies? The material used for the construction of building is the building materials. So now, in your basic or in the lower semester classes, you people have been learned a subject called Building Material and Construction Technology or Material of Construction. So there you people have read the various building materials used for the construction of various structures. So just understand the point. The various material used for the construction of various components of building section. That is a very suitable word. The various components of building. Starting with the foundation. So you people have been learned what are the materials that will be used for the construction of foundation. Alright? So in that also we learned the different types of foundation and the size of foundation you can provide. So all those aspects you have been learned. Next, you move to the next element that is superstructure. As you know, we always call the foundation as a substructure. Okay, and any structure which is resting on the foundation is called superstructure. So coming to the superstructure, so we will be having here various components, that is, it may be wall, it may be column, it may be beam, slab, okay, anything. So now, majorly you people have been learned the construction of building aspects. Okay, what I can say, the masonry part. That means the construction of Flemish wall or the construction of this masonry with the bricks. Okay, and next thing you have been learned the construction of various types of bonds, okay, that can be accommodated in the masonry, okay. Next, you have been learned the construction of various other phenomena like lintel, chedja, okay, and apart from this, you have been also been learned to do the maintenance of building. Maintenance. Okay, the maintenance of building, it comes in like this. It may be periodic maintenance, it may be yearly maintenance. Okay, that means you people have been learned going with the plastering. Okay, if any damage that has been happened in the building, that can be overcome by the proper plastering. Okay, under various types of plastering during the construction practice and after the construction of practice. After the construction practice means maintenance of building will come into the picture. And also other aspect of maintenance is painting. Okay, so the painting is also involved in building for maintenance. So these are the various phenomena you have been learned in terms of material and also in terms of technology with respect to the structures. That means use of bricks, use of other component of materials to construct foundation, to construct wall, to construct a slab, something like that. Okay. For a slab, beam and column, you people already been learned or know that concrete is an essential ingredient to construct upon this. Next, reinforcement. Okay, so that means the various building material will come into the picture. So the building material implies it may be bricks, okay, it may be cement, it may be steel, it may be concrete. Okay. Next, apart from this brick, cement, steel and concrete, so these are the major materials that will be used in the building aspects. So all these aspects, okay, will require in order to construct the structures like what I can say, the foundation, okay, it may be wall component, okay, it may be roof component, like that. That means foundation aspect, okay, it may be wall or it may be roof. Roof means it implies both slab, beam, okay, and all those things. Wall implies it may be column also. Okay, so the various structural elements, okay, we need to work with the construction using these material. It may be bricks, cement, steel and concrete. So these elementary aspects you people have been learned in your basic elementary course or in fundamental. So that is the meaning of building materials. So these materials will be used in order to construct these structural components of a building. Okay. Now coming to the very important terminology, alternative. So now, why we need to go for this, or what is alternative? What is alternative? Or why we need to go for alternative? Okay, or is this material or not sufficient? Or what is the drawbacks involved in this? So that aspects are to be discussed. Now, as a human being, okay, and as a civil engineer, first of all, as a civil engineer, when I am going to think, okay, the very first thing comes to my mind is shelter or housing, I can say. So this is the basic need of a human being. As you know, food, shelter and clothes. So food, shelter and cloth are the basic need of a human being. Okay. So in regard to the civil engineer, the basic need of a civil engineer or the basic need we need to fulfill the public as a civil engineer is shelter or the construction of houses. Am I right? So in regard to this, these are all the material I am going to consume. These are all the materials I am going to use in order to fulfill the needs of the human being. Am I right? Is it right? Okay. So this brick, cement, steel and concrete will be used as a basic needs or a material to fulfill the need or a shelter or to construct a house. Okay. So now, why this alternative is coming to the picture? So, what I am trying to say here is, there will be, okay, environmental issues involved in this basic conventional material. So I will give this terminology for better understanding. In this conventional material, the various environmental issues are there. So what is going to happen if the environmental issues are there? If these environmental issues arises, it will damage the nature, it will damage or what I can say, create the discomfort to the living style of a human being. Did you get my point? It will damage the environment and next it will create a discomfort in the living style of human being. So what discomfort it will create? What environment issues it will create? Let us see them. Okay. So if I am going to consume, okay, or if I am going to use this material, or if I want to produce this conventional constructional material, please note this point. If I want to use this conventional construction material in order to construct a structure, then I need to consume the natural resources. Please consume. If I want to construct the building or if I want to construct the components of a building, then these are all the materials involved. If I want to use this conventional material, then I need to depend upon enormous natural resources. That means I am completely depleting the natural resources. Okay, that means by consumption of these natural resources, I am completely depleting, okay, or I can say that using natural resources, I am damaging the environment. Did you get my point? So that means, because of this depletion of natural resources, it is creating imbalance in the environment. So these aspects we are going to learn in your course. So what environmental issues that will be involved in this production of this conventional construction material, so that I should rely upon this alternative building material. consuming this, by producing this conventional construction material, I am depleting the natural resources, which in turn imbalance of environment will be created, or else the very important thing always I should specify is sustainability. So this is the very important word I need to look upon in the construction aspect. Sustainability. What is the meaning of sustainability? Sustainability means meeting the present demand without compromising the future. That means whatever the natural resources are available now, okay, so without preserving those natural resources for the future mankind, for our betterment of human beings, if I am going to completely consuming those natural resources, which in turn leads to the destroy of environment. This is what that is happening nowadays. That means we are starting to search the oxygen. Why we are starting to search oxygen? Because there will be no oxygen that is available. So in search of oxygen we started to live. So that is what the trend it has been started now. Why this has started? Because of huge deforestation we do. Okay, so like that here also we are doing a lot of depletion of natural resources. Okay, so by doing this depletion, that means by consuming these natural resources, okay, we are damaging the environment. Did you get my point? So now, immediately one question will strike to your mind. What is that question? Sir, then if I am depleting this natural resource or if I am damaging the environment, that means that will you stop using this material? Or should I stop the construction? No. There is a solution for everything. There is a solution for everything. So what is that solution? So in order to trigger up these issues, or in order to overcome this issue, as a civil engineer, we need to trigger up and come up with a solution. So that solution is, I need to suggest an alternative to this building material so that I can overcome or start protecting the environment. So this subject, okay, this course will go. So that aspects I am going to teach you in this particular course. Okay, what are all the environmental issues, okay, that will be involved in brick, cement, steel and concrete? What burning issues are involved? Okay, that has creating imbalance to the environment, and how to overcome these aspects, or what alternative I need to go ahead in order to take care of our environment. So that aspects I am going to discuss. That is one issue. Next, this is regarding to the materials. Now, one more aspect will come. Which I told in the beginning. Okay, that is comfort level or living style. Discomfort in living style of human beings. What discomfort it will create by using these materials? The discomfort it will create is by consuming, okay, these natural resources, okay, and by using this conventional construction material as one of the component. For example, let me take a wall. So in the wall, if I am going to use a brick or cement, okay, all those things, then it will create a discomfort in such a way that during summer condition, okay, the cement concrete block, okay, will liberate, or these solid blocks will liberate enormous heat inside the building in such a way that you cannot sustain those heat inside the room. You should switch on the fan. That means you need to depend upon some other thing in order to get comfort inside the room. The energy level has been varied. Did you get my point? Did you get, okay? So in order to get comfort inside the room, I need to depend upon other source. I need to switch on the fan. So now, what is the solution for this? Why can't you think in this direction that why can't you use a material in such a way that why can't you trap that heat, okay, outside so that you cannot or you can't allow that heat to get inside the room. So like that you need to go with a sustainable design or sustainable construction practice. Did you get my point? One thing I told regarding the materials, and the next thing what I am trying to explain here is comfort level. Comfort level will depend upon the materials you are using. Did you get my point? Okay, so if you are using a proper material to overcome those issues, so your comfortness will increase. So now you can start asking the question to yourself, sir, what is going to happen if you switch on the fan? Let me use a fan so that I can create a comfort inside the room. If you are going to switch on the fan, then one type of energy will come into the picture. So this is the major thing which I am going to discuss in this course. Okay, that means what is the comfort level of human being by using the material, okay, and what is the comfort level inside the room by switching on the fan. Okay, and the next thing the comfortness during the daytime, okay, if you switch on the light during the daytime, if you switch on, why are you going to switch on the light? Because no proper sun, okay, will come into the room. That means it is completely dark. You are not accommodated or oriented your building in such a way that sun cannot enter inside the building. At that instance, you will start doing what? If you want to read something, a book, if you want to read a paper during the daytime, not I am asking night, okay, not I am telling night. In night anyways you need to switch on the light. But I am talking, okay, during the daytime. During the daytime, if you are going to switch on the light, that means you are not oriented your building in a proper way so that you are simply switching on the lights. That is one thing. And the other thing is, orient the building or accommodate a material in such a way that, okay, consume those solar energy and convert those solar energy collected into electrical energy so that you can switch on the light all 24 hours. So this aspect you need to start thinking of. Did you get my point? So collect the resource, the natural resource from the sunlight, okay, by putting the solar panels. You know that already. By putting the solar panels, or you accommodating the solar panels in such a way that collect that, okay, and please, okay, without switching off your lights, okay, convert those solar energy into electrical energy. Many companies in Bangalore, okay, they are working under this principle. That means, instead of depending upon this conventional electrical energy, they are, okay, collecting those solar energy and converting those solar energy into electrical energy, and they are utilizing those electrical energy, and excess generated electrical power will be sold to the government. So this is the aspects they are doing, or this is the aspects we need to do as an alternative. So this involves the comfortness of a building. So this I am going to discuss in detail regarding this aspect. What material you need to use, how to create a comfortness inside the room. Did you get my point? Okay, and one more thing will come into the picture. And I think this will not come into our region. So mainly the variations of climatic conditions. For example, during the summer condition, I think one who residing in the upper floor and which is open to the terrace, that means no, okay, room has been constructed on above that floor. I think you have felt that heat, you are not able to sleep during the night. Am I right? Am I right? Because that roof portion will be completely exposed to the sun. So that this particular roof will try to collect those heat, or that whatever the heat that will be collected, that will be liberated, so that will create a discomfort inside the room. Is it clear? So now, as an alternative, what you can suggest? So you need to create an alternative in such a way that, okay, inside the room, it may be night or it may be sun, okay, during the day condition, you need to alter your room in such a way that, okay, no heat will be, okay, get inside. The entire heat will be trapped there itself, so that inside the room you may not feel any warmth. So that is one thing. And one more thing that will come into the picture, especially in Western countries. Okay, so you know that in Western countries, the temperature will go to the minus level. The temperature will go to the minus level. Maybe minus 10, something like that. Okay. So at this particular instance, okay, we need to wear the jackets, all those things. And inside the room, you need to switch on the heaters. Am I right? Am I right? So now, you need to modify your building in such a way that you need to collect those heat during the daytime. Okay, whatever the heat you have been collected during the daytime, so that heat will be trapped in that particular cavity, which I am going to explain in the next. Okay, that collected heat will be allowed inside the room during a night, so that you may not feel chill or you may not feel cold during a night condition. So this is the type of orientation it requires. That means, what I am trying to explain here is, you need to modify your building in such a way that, okay, reduce the level or increase the, the comfortness in building, or reduce the discomfort level in the room. So this is what things we need to do. One is by going with the materials, or by going with the alternative materials, and next thing is by going with the alternative technologies. Because in this course, using this material, what technology you are going to provide. So this, okay, I am going to explain in this particular course. Did you get my point? Okay, so these are all the aspects you are going to learn. Okay, and this entire aspects what have been discussed now, okay, that has been divided into various modules. Okay, so the various modules are, so coming to the module number 1. So in the module number 1, what I am going to teach you people is, what is the environmental issues involved in the conventional building materials. Is it clear? What are the environmental issues involved in the building material? Okay, that is the first thing. Next, what is the energy? Now come to the picture. Energy. How much you are spending your energy in order to manufacture a brick? How much energy you are spending to manufacture a cement? How much energy you are spending to manufacture a concrete? Okay, that means more the energy you have been spent, okay, more it is related to the, what I can say, the comfortness of it. That means you are utilizing a more energy to manufacture that. What is the need for that? Try to minimize that energy. Look for an alternative. Why we need to rely upon that? Or why you are putting a lot of energy? That is one thing. That is energy in building materials. Okay, so that's usually we call it as, okay, embodied energy. Embodied energy in materials. Okay, next, also I am going to discuss energy in buildings. That means, after using this conventional building material, if I am going to construct a room or a building, what is the energy? What is the energy, okay, that will be spent in constructing this one room? Or what is the energy that will be spent in order to construct one building? Okay, then one more energy will come into the picture here. That is, one is constructing energy. That means embodied energy. Okay, there will be two types of energy. One is during the construction practice, okay, and during the use of material you are going to put one energy, which I am going to discuss now. Next. And one more energy is, what will be the energy you are going to spend during the maintenance of building? Now the question will arise. Now, if you are going to switch on the fan, if you are going to switch on the light during the daytime, in order to get comfort during the daytime, then you are putting more amount of operation energy, which is creating in terms of, okay, economy. That means almost what I can say, your electrical bill will go high, okay, it will damage the environment. So a lot of aspects will come. Okay, so all those aspects I am going to discuss in the module 1. And one more issue which I am going to discuss is global warming. Global warming, okay, from construction industries. So now everybody will talk about global warming, okay, by deforestation of, okay, trees, okay, by liberation of the enormous greenhouse gases, okay, by vehicles, by liberation of enormous greenhouse gases by vehicles, and by deforestation. Okay, these, what I can say, the global warming issues is rising. But as a civil engineer, we are also equally responsible for creating a global warming problem. We are also equally responsible for creating a global warming problem. How? How we are creating? By what way we are creating? Or what steps we have been taken? And what steps we have been taking now? So all those aspects I am going to discuss. Okay, you don't know that? During construction also, the materials are doing not only construction, during the production also, okay, enormous greenhouse gases will be liberated to the environment, right? In the cement, in the concrete, all those things. During construction also it will be liberated, and during maintenance also it will be liberated. Now, the question will be how to overcome this. What steps you need to take? So that aspects I am going to discuss. And one more interesting part you are going to discuss in the module number 1 is green concepts in building. This is a very, very, very important. Okay, as a civil engineer you are going to expose. When I want to call a building green, green means not if a building is painted as green. What is the green concepts? That means I can call that building is a sustainable building. It is not utilizing any natural resources. That means except that solar energy. If that is the case, how to go ahead with this green evaluation or one of the green concepts? How to rate the building. I will also teach you how to rate the building as a green. Whether I can call the building as green or not. We have a rating system, various rating systems. All those things I am going to teach you. One more thing, as an alternative, what alternative we can suggest to the conventional building? That is environmental friendly and cost effective building technologies or materials. Very important word, cost effective. Please note this point, which I am going to discuss more upon this. Any alternative you are going to suggest, you should keep in mind the aspects. So that aspects I am going to start from the next session. So this is regarding your module number 1. I am coming to the module number 2. So in module number 2, you are going to discuss entirely regarding structural masonry part. What conventional material you are going to use to construct the masonry. Masonry means it is a combination of bricks and a mortar. So if you want to go ahead with this construction of building, what are masonry? What are the different types of bricks? What are the different types of mortar? What are the materials you are going to use to produce mortar? What are all the requirements of mortar? What are all the requirements of a bricks? What alternative we can suggest for this conventional bricks, for this conventional mortar, in order to create sustainable environment? So those aspects I am going to discuss. And next aspect is, in this module 2 itself, I am going to design the masonry, or I am going to analyze the stresses of a wall subjected to compression. Nowhere you are going to learn this aspect. You have been learning the design of slab, column, anything. But in this particular course, you are going to learn design of wall subjected to compression load. And the next aspect you are going to learn in module number 2 is the behavior of masonry. The behavior of masonry. That means the entire masonry, I am going to subject to a compression force, to a tensile force, to the bonding, various things which I am going to discuss in module number 2. So that means by the end of a module number 2, you are being well versed with the masonry part. So that is module number 2. Next, in a module number 3, you are going to learn the various alternative building materials. You are going to use for various things. So in module number 3, I am going to discuss from past to present. What was the material earlier day I was using? Commonly as a civil engineer, I was using at olden days lime. Am I right? To the present context, what is the alternative material I have been suggesting? It is FRP. So the present technology I have been using is fiber reinforced polymers. So this FRP has given a more advance in the civil engineering field. So past to the present. So what are all the various alternative materials available to meet the sustainable environment? Okay, so that aspects I am going to explain. So coming to the module number 4. So in the module number 4, I am going to discuss the same thing, that is alternative building material used in the various components. So that's why the module number 4 is alternative building technologies. So in module number 3 is materials and module number 4 is technology. That means what alternative technology you are going to suggest to the conventional technology to construct a structural components such as foundation, wall and a roof. So in order to construct or in order to work with the construction of foundation, wall and a roof, what alternative you are going to suggest? So that aspects I am going to discuss in the module number 4. Next, the last module you are going to expose to the equipments. What are all the equipments used for the production of alternative building material? Okay, so mainly I am going to discuss the production of blocks. Okay, so what equipments we are using nowadays for the production of these blocks. Okay, and also some small elements also I am going to teach you. Okay, so I am going to teach in such a way that so whatever the things I am going to teach, visually you should see them. So then only that those aspects will come into your mind, so that it will be completely or properly stored inside your mind. Is it clear? And next, in module number 5, also I am going to discuss cost saving analysis and design. Okay, or cost saving techniques. Okay, in the building, okay, construction and design. That means what are the cost saving techniques I can suggest or I can use, okay, to construct and for design, okay, all those aspects. So these are all the things, okay, I can look it in this particular course. So by the end of the course, you can learn the various aspects, or you can take away the various aspects from this course, which I am going to highlight now. Is it clear? So these are all the aspects you are going to learn in this particular course. So by this end of the course, so now you can suggest what best alternative you can suggest to the building during construction or during maintenance, okay, in order to lead comfort and creating sustainable environment. So these aspects we are going to learn in this particular course. So with this, okay, I am going to teach you the course outcomes. Okay, what are the course outcomes? So what outcome you can take from this course or by end of this course? Okay, the very first course outcome is apply the knowledge of science and engineering fundamentals. I will repeat, apply the knowledge of science and engineering fundamental to know or to study energy in buildings, environmental issues in building materials, global warming in construction industry, and green concept and rating system in building. So all these aspects you are going to learn by applying the fundamentals. Okay, so this is the first course outcome you are going to meet. The second course outcome is apply the knowledge of engineering fundamental to study the various element, that is masonry elements, okay, that is brick and mortar, and behavior of structural masonry and elastic properties, and also to design the masonry element subjected to compressive load. So this is the second course outcome, okay, you are going to meet. The third course outcome is illustrate the different alternative building material and technologies. Illustrate different alternative building materials and technology used in foundation, wall and roofing system to make environmental friendly and cost effective. Okay. So what are all the different alternative building materials you are going to apply to make cost effective and environmental friendly building? And the fourth course outcome is, it is something like activity based course outcome. Activity based, you need to conduct this activity. So whatever the course outcome you have been learned, okay, the three course outcome are application based, and the fourth is, okay, activity based. You need to perform whatever the thing you have been learned, you need to apply that. So that's why the fourth course outcome is analyze the different alternative building materials and technology to develop energy efficient building by considering local climatic condition and material. Okay, so these are all the four course outcome which have been, okay, written so that at the end of the course you people can win. Okay, so these are all the things I wanted to discuss. So in this particular session I have been taught the overview of the course, okay, what exactly the course, the content of the course, and next what you are going to take from this course, that is course outcome. And the very important thing here, the textbook or reference book, I used to refer here textbook, I usually say the one textbook, the only one textbook is available, but that textbook is not meeting exactly to your syllabus. Okay, so that's why what I want to give your information is, I want to give more information regarding a syllabus first. And also your syllabus have been beautifully framed in such a way that it covers all the things. So that's why one book you can refer, okay, that is K.S. Jagdish, okay, and Venkatram Reddy and K.S. Ranjan Rao. Okay, these are the personalities, they have been written on book called Alternative Building Materials and Technology, and the publisher is New Age International Publishers. Okay, so this is the only one book that is available, and other things you need to Google. Okay, so all these materials and technologies I will try to give the more information so that you can be very well versed in this course. So with this I am going to end the session of today. So we will continue with the next session. Thank you very much.